Going to be unboxing the Evolution R165CCS-Li saw. Now this has been sent to me by Evolution for a upcoming little mini DIY series that I'm going to be doing, but these views are all my own. I've not been told what to say, so let's have a look what we actually get in the box. So first off, on top of the tray we've got the little destruction booklet. We have a 4 amp hour battery and a parallel guide for the saw and a dust extraction port. The exciting bit, we have the saw. Okay, it's got that nice new smell to it. We have a fast 1-port charger and also a multi-cutting blade. We have a thumb lever here, which is for changing the bevel. It runs from 0 degrees to 50 degrees. We have a little turn knob here. This will be to hold the parallel guide. Thumb turn for the actual plastic guard. It has your normal 2-point safety trigger where you depress the first button, then you pull the trigger to make sure you don't start it by accident. On the back side you have this lever which will be for the depth. The depths are nice, clearly marked out on the back edge here. It has a cutting depth of 55mm. Now this saw itself is not compatible with the tracks, unlike some of the other ones. The tilt mechanism works very nicely. Nice and easy to lock off. It doesn't feel too heavy in the hands. It's just over 3 kilos, I believe, without a battery. I think the 0 to the 45 for if you're just doing a straight line. Then you have these 30, 40, 50 marks, which will be, I'm guessing, for lining up with the edge so you know how far you're cutting in from the edge. So first off, to put the blade on, the Allen key is located on the back of the handle, nicely clipped away in storage. The arbor itself has 2 sides on it, one for 20mm bore and the other 5/8 of bore. So we want the 20mm. So to secure the blade in place there is a button here. I'm guessing that will be it. Yes, it is. So the batteries themselves actually have a little power indicator on the back, which is a nice handy little feature to see. Nice satisfying click into place. I don't feel like that's too heavy in the hands, especially if you're using it all day. Seems to have a soft start function, which again I quite like. For all of June, Evolution are also running a battery promotion where you buy any loaded tool. This is where you get the charger, the battery and the tool. You get a free 2 amp hour battery. Now for a slight additional price you can upgrade this, and I've got the 8 amp battery here, which is a beast of a battery. 2 amp battery takes around 30 minutes to charge from flat. The 8 amp hour I believe is around 90 minutes per battery, which is quite a reasonable charge time. These batteries are actually also compatible with the Arauba EXT tools, which is basically Screwfix's own brand. So it's quite handy though if you're starting out and you don't want to go into the expensive tools. So let's get some wood, let's get it clamped down and let's get a few first cuts and see what we think of this saw. So I've just drawn a line about 30-35mm in off the edge here. I'm just going to go with the 0 and see how accurate I can keep this straight. I've not used a circular saw for a long time. I normally stick with the track saws. So this will be a testament to how straight I can also cut. I would actually say the dust extraction, that was actually quite good, especially for a circular saw, because of the blade direction. It seems to work quite effectively. If I'm just going to use the parallel guide, it actually looks a quite sturdy one. I've had one in the past from another brand and it just bent within seconds. It was made out of cheese. So we're just going to turn this little orange knob here, slide in the parallel guide, and then you lock it off to your desired. Seemed to work quite nicely. It kept it nice and tight and I didn't feel like it was trying to wander or indeed move in the circular saw. So next up, let's see how it is as a 45-degree cut. Now to change the angle, we're going to use this lever here and move it. It does seem to have a soft stop at the 22.5 degrees mark. So let's lock it at 45. And it has a separate mark here for the 45 opposed to the 0 for you to follow with your line. So let's just put a 45 on it. Well, that seems to be sitting quite nice and accurate. The feet of the blade, I say, it's an all material cutting blade. It will also cut sheet metal apparently. I don't actually have any sheet metal to try it on, but I feel this would be quite handy if you had some nails and an old stud, or if you did some pallet work. You could just whiz straight through it without worrying too much about damaging your blade. The other great thing is it has a 3-year warranty, which I think for the price point is superb. Obviously, only time will tell to see what it is, so once I've used it for several weeks, I shall let you know what I think of it after that. Thanks for watching.